So hello and welcome back to another session where we can enjoy the relaxed learning state known as hypnosis. And because we have chosen to take this time for ourselves, we find it easy to relax, breathing deeply and naturally, allowing the tension and cares of the day to begin to flow from the top of our head, so that our eyes begin to gently close and we continue breathing, and our head begins to rest loosely on our neck as the tension continues to flow down into our shoulders, through our chest, and into our abdomen, breathing deeply and easily, exhaling fully and allowing the tension to continue to leave our body through our pelvis, into and through our thighs, down our calves, and out through the bottoms of our feet. And we find ourselves feeling deeply relaxed, breathing easily and naturally. And because we want to go deeper still, we continue and count down from 5 to 1. 5. Feeling our arms hanging loosely by our sides. 4. Enjoying this pleasant experience. 3. We are deeply serene. 2. Very relaxed. 1. We are deeper than before. And now that we are deeply relaxed and feeling good, we can turn our attention to the question before us. The question of meeting challenges. And it is quite natural in the beginning, when thinking of challenges, to not be aware that sometimes we stop breathing for a moment, and we understand that this actually makes us feel slightly agitated, and we can remedy this momentary feeling simply by resuming to breathe as we consider the challenge or challenges that we have chosen in our lives, counting down from 3 to 1, breathing easily and naturally. 3. We can feel any remaining tension washed out of our body. 2. We are indeed deeply relaxed. 1. We are in the perfect state of mind to consider the question of challenges, things that we have chosen as our task, and willingly go about trying to meet. And we can reflect for a moment that our challenges are nothing less than the true core of our story, the story we are telling and that we are creating, because it is well known that all of the great stories, from the earliest mythology to modern movies all of them are about the hero rising to meet their challenge. And we live in a world that is driven by story. And so we understand at a deep level that the challenges that we are facing and that we are choosing are nothing less than us in the process of writing our own story, and that we are the hero of our own narrative. And just as heroes from mythology, both ancient and modern, confront the challenges that are actually the shadow of themselves made real, we know when we face our challenges that we are facing that thing within us, that obstacle that we have placed in our own path, so that we may prove to ourselves that we are better and bigger than the fears we hold within us. This is why we have challenges, and this is how we can rise above them, by continuing to breathe and understanding that our challenge is that thing within us that we must face head on, and we can do so calmly with a smile on our face, knowing that our challenge is there because it wants us. It wants us to move through it and above it, so that we can incorporate its strength within the positive aspect of our personality. Because as we leave it behind, it becomes the core of our strength, because we have changed our story from someone who was unsure into the person who knows they can meet that challenge and defeat their own shadow. The person who can breathe deeply and face it head on and do the things that are necessary. Often, the things we used to think were hard and turned out to be the easiest of all, simply moving through the fear that is natural and getting to the task, because we know on the other side of the challenge lies the bigger version of ourselves, who has the confidence to become more than the shadow, which is really the point of it to begin with. Rising to meet the shadow, your challenge, is the means to where you can leave it behind forever, and you will find yourself in a broad field, shining bright, ready for true challenges outside of yourself, challenges that will draw on your strength that you gained from meeting the shadow that is there to help you become a bigger version of yourself you may not have been able to imagine before the battle was won. And so, while it is natural to approach the challenge carefully in the beginning, as you continue to breathe and look at it directly and deliberately move through it, taking the task one thing at a time. You will gain strength as you begin to consume the shadow and incorporate it into your being. This is the purpose. This is the real task and the real challenge. And it is one you are made for, because every human is made for precisely this challenge. And we can take strength from stories and others who came before us and easily move through our challenge, because we also know from the stories and those who came before us that the wonderful future waiting on the opposite side is more than worth the temporary effort. Indeed, as we find ourselves halfway through our challenge, we will begin to realize that we are already stronger, and we pick up momentum, moving through our challenge and toward our goal faster than we ever thought possible. And all you have to do today, or maybe tomorrow, is choose to take the direct path directly toward your challenge and through your shadow, so that you will find yourself more quickly on the other side, looking back with pride and confidence that the next challenge, the big one, is one that you can surely also best. And now that we have reminded ourselves of this truth, now is a perfect time to rejoin the world, ready to take on our challenge, understanding that we are merely rising to meet our shadow that is waiting for us to help us move into the bright light of our amazing future. Counting up now from 1 to 5. 1, confident that we are ready. 2, smiling and feeling good. 3, our eyes begin to flutter. 4, we straighten our bodies. And 5, eyes wide open, wide awake, ready to take on the challenges that await us and define us and help us achieve the brilliant future that is waiting for us now.